Okay, so you are doing Level 2 Diamond, the video notes right now. Please make sure you have this paper in front of you so you can fill it out as we go. So Level 2 Diamond is talking all about evaluating functions. So before we evaluate any functions, we're actually going to talk about the equation that we use and what everything means. So the way we say this is f of n, and this n means the value we plug into our nth term. So there's going to be a number here, and we're going to plug it into this n right here. The d means common difference. Now you should have learned what common difference meant in Level 1, and that's the change that's happening every time. So as the sequence moves, or the function moves, it's changing by a certain amount every time. This n is called our nth term, and we can plug in any number we want to in this spot. The last piece is called the zero term. It is our y-intercept, or our starting spot. It's where we start. So these are all the different pieces we have for evaluating functions. So now we're going to look at a function and see what we can do with it. So we've got f of n equals 3. So the 3 is our common difference times n plus 5. 5 is our zero term, or a sub 0. Kind of like an exponent, but it's below. So let's see what this question is asking us. It is telling us to find the value of the sequence when n equals 10. So if n equals 10, that means I want to plug in the n value in the parentheses wherever I see the letter n. So up here it has an n right here, so I'm going to plug in 10. We have an n right here, I'm going to plug in another 10. So now I'm just going to solve. When we're solving, we use PEMDAS. Remember, parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division, addition, and subtraction. So we're going to start with multiplication. 3 times 10 is 30. We have plus 5, so 30 plus 5 is 35. So when n is equal to 10, f of 10 is equal to 35. So let's try another one. This one's worded a little bit differently. So it says, given the function above, we're still using this function, find f of negative 2. So while this one told us n equals 10, this one, we have to think about what this negative 2 means. If you look up here, the number that's inside the parentheses is supposed to be representing n. So n equals negative 2. So everywhere I see an n, I'm going to plug in negative 2. So up here I had an n, I'm going to plug in negative 2. Over here I had an n, plug in negative 2. Got 3 times negative 2, that's going to give us a negative 6. And now we're going to add 5. Negative 6 plus 5 gets us a negative 1. So f of negative 2 is equal to negative 1. This little note right here is reminding you that you can use your calculator to help you when you aren't sure of the calculations. So just because you think you know what something is added or subtracted or multiplied or divided, double check it in your calculator if you're not sure. Remember to use parentheses when plugging in the n value, just as we did up here. So let's try some together. So looking at number 1, it says, given this function, f of n equals negative 2n minus 1, find the value when n equals 4. So every time I see an n, I'm plugging in 4. So f of 4 equals negative 2. Now remember it says, remember to use parentheses when plugging in an n value. So I'm going to use parentheses to plug in the 4 minus 1. So now I've got negative 2 times 4 gives me a negative 8. We still have the minus 1. Equals negative 8 minus 1, negative 9. So when n is 4, f of 4 is negative 9. That's your answer. Look at number 2. Given f of n, find f of 2. Now remember, whatever's inside, that's what n equals. So n equals 2. So every time I see an n, I'm going to plug in a 2. So I had an n right here, 2. I had another n right there, that's a 2. Plus 8. I'm going to solve like normal. So 7 times 2 is 14. We still have the plus 8. So 14 plus 8 gives us 22. So f of 2 equals 22. Now, those are the problems we did together. If you flip over your paper, you've got some questions to try on the back. These are to make you get some practice so you can get better. On the bottom, there is a little picture with some questions. Make sure you do explain and complete sentences. When you finish this back page, you can go check it with the Keep. And if you have any questions, make sure to ask your teacher. Good luck!